Greetings all, Shane Bruce, Restomod Daisy, and I wanted to do a video about this gun that just came in. We're doing a total Restomod on it, and this is the fastest model 111, number 111 Model 40 that I've had the pleasure to work on so far. Came in from one of our subscribers. He picked it up someplace, and it is truly a rust bucket. When you take a look at the outer exterior metal surfaces, as you can see, there's a good patch of the old factory blue. This is pretty interesting, actually, because that's the color the guns had when they came out of the factory. And that was a chemical blue process that Daisy used. And oftentimes, under areas like where the forearm used to be, the blue will maintain its original character and quality. But, unfortunately, for the rest of the gun surfaces that are exposed to the elements, quite often this is what you'll end up with. And this one's got a really good case of crusty corrosion. I'm sure there's some pitting under there, but it might not be as bad as it looks. I don't see any major dents or dings. This is a Daisy number 111 Model 40. It's a post-war gun. You can tell because of the tack weld there on the front sight. We can go down here and take another look at, another feature, which is the welded rear sight without the elevation adjustment. And then last but not least, oh, it's not there, but this is the top stock screw, which you'll note is not a small screw at all. It also has an aluminum lever, not a cast iron lever, so that dates it to the 46, 47 era. Let's take a peek on the back side, and as we can see here, once again, you've got the factory blue, which is pretty good looking. Then you got a bunch of crusty nonsense and some patina here and there, a couple of blobs of paint, but no major dents. No major dings, a lot of really old crusty rust. So from a Restomod point of view, this candidate is a pretty good candidate for a fire blue. And there again is our tack weld front sight. So we're not dealing with a copper band gun, it's not that exotic. The buttstock and forearm have their issues. Something got after that finish there, some sort of chemistry. And then you'll see it has the nearly obligatory crack in the wrist, and that's on both sides of the gun. So it's repairable, buttstock wise. I don't know about restoring the finish on it. That could be a little hairy. But it's got a good strong imprint, and it's got a nice Fred Harmon imprint. It's not too chewed up elsewhere. But now here's the thing that about this gun that's kind of unique. When we got it in, it wasn't functioning. The reason it wasn't functioning is because the air tube had broken off, and with no air tube the gun can't process air and it will not fire a BB. It also was missing its shot tube, but luckily I've got plenty of replacements on hand here at the shop. So we were able to get a shot tube in the gun, an air tube in the gun, and when I pulled out the mainspring assembly, it was the nicest copper washed original mainspring I've ever seen on one of these guns. Absolutely straight, absolutely true. The plunger didn't show any signs of distress, so I slapped it all back together with a new 764 air tube and a new set of seals and fired the gun. And she's cranking. First round downrange, well, not the first round, I actually banged about 15 to 20 rounds to warm it up with a just blazing away at a paper target before I put it on the chrono. But the first chrono round with the factory bottle cap, factory mainspring, the only new parts were the air tube and the seal set. She registered 375. I've never seen that out of a 11140 before. It's a first for us here at Restomod. So it's got a cracking good spring, a cracking good compression chamber, and the customer is quite happy with mechanicals at this point. So now we just move on to service work. And what I wanted to do was to make sure that we had adequate footage of the original finish on this metal, because I'm going to fire blue this gun, and I really want something to be able to do a comparison and contrast with. So this will be the first part of this video. We've given you a brief thumbnail of the gun, what we plan to do to it. The next installment will show you what happens after fire blue. Well, kids, projects are rolling on here at Restomod. We have actually a lot more work than we can get done in a reasonable manner. So bear with us, and we will catch up and then figure out some more stuff to make videos on. This is Shane Bruce with Restomod Daisy, signing off.